I can't help but these, cause they know they can never touch these. So baby, let me talk my shit, or I might just throw another fit. You know I can't help but these, cause they know they can never touch these. So baby, let me talk my shit, or I might just throw another fit.
You need, yeah, man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey, we about it, get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping? What you need, hey, yeah, I got it, with the team, yeah. We about it, wow. Get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping?
Yeah, why you capping, no? Feel like a rubber band, I've been snapping now. Yeah, I've been up here with my team, so you know this what I mean. We've been going up like NASA.
Oh, what is going on, everybody?
What is up?
Yeah. It's like the New World Order has taken over, and that New World Order happens to be NYYU, baby. How's everybody doing today? Lasagna, man, how you doing over there, man? You just
doing
chilling,
good, man. Doing good.
Having a good day, smacking the likey, hitting the something.
Man.
All right.
Happy to be back on, man. It's been a little bit.
It has been a little bit, man. What's going on, chat? How's everybody doing out there today? I see Dane Yuba in there, Bronx Bomber, Anthony Garcia. What's up, everybody? Kev Boogie in the house, Gabagool over here. Out of the Crib Customs, we got everybody in here. So, Johnny, by the way, man. You know that NYYU Day is basically sold out.
It's gonna be a banger, man. I've never been to the Audi. What is it? Audi Club?
The Audi Club. Yep.
Audi Club. Yeah, man. Great food, great view. Gonna have plenty of drinks. You can't forget about the drinks. Plenty of drinks to flow. I'm a big Coors Light guy over here, so I'm expecting.
I'm drinking a 40 right now.
Gotta stay hydrated, man.
Gotta
stay hydrated.
Oh man, chat, we are so excited as a team, man, for this event coming up. But we might have a little more excitement because, Johnny, at the end of the day, man, who the hell knows? This team could potentially add Blake Snell. We got to talk about this. This is big news. Everybody's kind of like, no, it's not going to happen. Is this Scott Boras? Is he just trying to use the Yankees here? You hear the Soto comments, which we're going to talk about. But, guys, we got over 200 people in here right now. Hit that like button. I got a feeling we're going to do well over 300 plus in this one today. So, guys, do us a major, major favor. Hit that like button. But, Johnny, let's start right there, man. What do you think? I want to get this question out the way quick. Chat, I want to ask you guys. I'm going to have Johnny lead us off with this. Is this just a Scott Boras ploy? Or is there legitimate interest?
There's got to be legitimate interest. If both parties just spoke on Monday, which is what, yesterday. What is it today? Tuesday.
Yep.
The week flies by. But if there's mutual interest, if they're engaging in conversations on Monday, there's mutual interest there and potentially a deal that can be made, which is why I probably foolishly got my hopes up. I still have them up.
To be honest,
everyone always drops the Heyman this, Heyman that. Heyman is a surrogate for Boris and all that crap. I get it, and there's probably some truth to that. But I mean, the two sides wouldn't be talking on Monday if there wasn't a mutual interest there. So I have a little bit of hope. You know what? Actually, now that I mentioned that, conspiracy theory is going on.
Oh shit! He got the tinfoil hat.
I got the tinfoil hat.
Yo,
I got the tinfoil hat.
Got the tinfoil.
I got the tinfoil hat because
I think I only got saran wrap upstairs. That won't be good to wrap around my face, bro. I don't think that's gonna work.
I didn't even know I had this in the cupboard in the kitchen, but I started digging, and the conspiracy theories are flowing. So
hey, let's get it going.
If you look at the betting odds,
okay,
some of us are sports bettors. Certain people you don't mess with. You do not mess with the odds makers when it comes to Vegas, when it comes to sports betting, because they'll put cement shoes on you and make you disappear in the ocean somewhere. So when the odds are adjusted, you pay attention because these guys are in the business of making money. These guys don't mess around with this kind of stuff. So apparently the odds moved from plus 175 to the Yankees being minus 150 favorites to land Blake Snell.
Damn. Now, if you guys don't understand that, minus 150 is a pretty heavy favorite. You're a pretty solid favorite at minus 150.
That is hefty. And it says that implies it's a probability of 60% to get a deal done. So it's between the Yankees, more than half. So 60% is pretty solid odds. These people wouldn't be throwing these odds around. So
I'm just buying it at this point. Label me part of the cult here. We're going in, damn it.
If you think about them meeting on Monday, you think about the odds moving, you think about potentially the other team being involved being the Angels. The Angels.
Yeah, I don't.
Does Blake Snell really want to go play that? I mean, I get it. He's a West Coast guy and stuff like that. But I mean, come on. If you got a choice, he's friends with Cole. He's friends with Judge. He just played with Soto. The guys want him over there. We have a need for it. I mean,
and speaking of Soto went out and laid down some comments on this. He said, it would be unbelievable to have two Cy Young winners going back to back. It'll be great. Snell's a great guy, a great player. Any help that we can get, I would love. He's a great dude. He's a great guy. He's always right there cheering for his teammates. He's a funny guy too. He's great in the clubhouse. I know if he's coming over, he's going to help this team big time. It's always great to have great talent on the team. I would never say no. So it's a great fit for him, I think. Now, people can sit there. That's what I'm saying, right? People can sit there all day and go, yeah, but it's, he doesn't control anything. Let me tell you something. When guys like Soto, Judge, and Cole speak, it means something. It means something. And I had some people even go, well, maybe this is Scott Boras forcing him to say this stuff. I'm like, guys, come on now. Come on now. I mean, Scott Boras could very well sit there and be like, hey, why don't, throw something out there. About him, but he was also asked questions. Not like he just came out of nowhere and said, "Hey, look."
Could be Boris. It might be. Maybe the Yankees said, "Hey, throw something out there. I mean, give us a little bit of leverage." I mean, the guy just played with him, so I mean, I see the chat mentioning the Giants too. I mean, they just paid for Soler, so I don't know how fat their bankroll is, but I mean,
you gotta look at it like this. Let's look at it this way. All right, the Angels in the West, are they even the third best team?
Absolutely not.
Come on, right?
They're flirting with
nowhere
the A's.
Near.
They just lost Ohtani.
Exactly. They're nowhere near the Rangers or the Astros. Let's be honest. You look at the Giants. It's even worse for them. They're not catching the Giants. I mean, they're not catching the Dodgers. We know that.
No. Blake Snell was just in the NL West. He knows what the Dodgers are capable of. They just added Ohtani. They got Freddie. They got Mookie.
That's 14 guys. Yamamoto, Teoscar.
Yeah,
Hernandez.
Yamamoto. I mean, Teoscar. So does Snell really want to go over and be? Does Snell want to get bent over by the Dodgers over and over again in the NL West? Yes, he does pitch against them well occasionally. He does have some pretty good numbers against them, but at the same time, how confident are you in the Giants to compete with the Dodgers for the division? Can't be pretty confident about that. So if Snell, I mean, I know Snell wants to get paid because he just had a great season, and he's getting towards his mid-30s. But I mean, if you are looking at a team that's ready to win, if you can slide in behind Garrett Cole, if you have a team that just added Juan Soto, if you got all these guys here ready to play, I mean, your best chance to win now and in the immediate future, if he does sign a short-term deal, is with the Yankees. So
great.
It's got to be something. It's got to be something he's got to be highly considering.
Agreed. A couple of really good points here. We got a super chat from my guy, Kyle Millet. He says, make Juan Soto happy and maybe he'll sign a long-term deal. Hayden with a good point. Hayden and Bernard with good points. Hayden says, Ken Rosenthal said the Angels and Giants are done spending money. I do remember him saying that. And then Bernard with a really good point. The Giants are having a very hard time convincing players to come play in San Francisco. A very hard time. And this is, folks, this is not some random bullshit thing. Players
it's not a conspiracy theorist.
It's not a conspiracy
theory.
All right? This is my
facts.
idea for tinfoil hat. This is it.
Yeah,
That's what I do
right
for
here.
tinfoil hat. That's it right there. This is not a tinfoil hat type thing. That would have been cool if I had one too and I just go like this. And I just
you just grab it. I look like a Hershey's Kiss with this thing on right now.
Let me pass it on over, okay? But players do not want to play in San Francisco. These guys have had money for years now, and they're throwing it to everybody, and everybody's like, "Bro, we're good.
It's true.
We don't want to go to San Francisco." And I think
it's true.
It might have been like one of the Giants reporters. I think she's a female, and she talked about it that players don't want to come here, and it's something they're struggling with.
I think. Didn't they? I don't know if they had a meeting with Yamamoto. I can't remember. So I think part of that was when all the people don't want to go to San Francisco stuff started floating around. And I think you had Buster Posey come out and talk about how great the city is and that kind of stuff. But I mean, you ask people that live there, I mean, people aren't going out to dinner anymore. People are afraid to park their cars on the street. There is stuff going on out there that's not, I mean, suitable for a family. If you want to walk the streets and you have to step over needles and shit all over the street, I mean, it's not.
That's true. It's not a joke. Like, this is not
a joke at all. So
throwing random shit out there. That is no pun intended about throwing random shit out there, but it's legitimately going on like that over there. Got 100%. A couple of super chats to get to, and guys, voicemail line is open. My brother Alex says Giants may be the new A's in terms of fan interest. Cody Keith says, "What up, guys? The thing I don't get is why every insider is saying no to the Yankees. Is Jack Curry unlikely for leverage on the Yank side?" I don't think every insider is saying no for the Yankees. I think the majority of them are kind of saying they're just sitting back and waiting. Because here's the thing, Johnny, right? It feels like what is happening is Snell is just falling into the laps of the Yankees. And I think when we see the final deal, if it does happen on the Yankee side, we're going to sit there and go, damn, wow, like that was it. This actually worked. I can't believe it. I wouldn't be shocked.
It's such a rare opportunity to have the two Cy Young winners from the previous season, both on your team the following season.
Are we
in the same offseason?
Favorites?
If he gets Snell, you got to be right up there with the Astros, with the Rangers, with those guys. But I mean, you have an opportunity to add the NL Cy Young winner, which is great. You got Juan Soto, and they keep talking about this being a potential 1 year win it all kind of season. So go for broke. If you're going to do it, if you have an opportunity to have Snell fall in your lap, and this is a year where you don't know if you might have Soto going forward, I mean, take the swing. I know it has luxury tax implications. I know it has some draft pick implications. I know it has some international signing implications, which those things matter. But at the same time, if God forbid Soto does end up leaving and you look back and you say, damn, we could have had an even better 2024 if we had that Blake Snell type in the rotation in the playoffs, assuming you make the playoffs. So you don't want to be kicking yourself and be like, damn, we lost Soto. We thought we were going to keep him, of course, but we lost him. We had an opportunity to maybe do some damage. Snell almost fell in our lap. It could be a situation where you look back and you're like, damn, we could have really caught lightning in a bottle and won a championship that year. Yeah. So it's definitely something they got to think about.
And we always go back to the original deal of getting Soto. I remember me and Mario were live that day, 13 plus hours, whatever the hell it was. But the minute the deal happened, there was an excitement among all Yankee fans across the board. And all of us said one simple phrase: the Yankees are back. And the reason we felt that way is because it is the big move that we've been waiting for, and they did it. And it very much felt like The Yankees are just going to go all the way in. And at the end of the day,
Right.
we didn't really expect at that point that Blake Snell will sign a $260 million deal. Well, we're sitting back going, it's not going to be with the Yankees likely. He'll sign somewhere. But then it just keeps going, and time keeps going, and time keeps going. And you start looking around and going, the Yankees offered 160 something, apparently. I mean, they obviously have interest, and nobody signed this guy. And is he going to go play with a bad team or look to win a chip? He's 31. It makes sense for him to look to win a chip and just go, maybe I get back on the market next year.
Yeah, the MLB.com article said it was a 6-year deal up to $28 million AAV. I'm not a mathematician or a human calculator, so we can kind of figure that out on our own. But that's a pretty solid offer, especially if we're bidding against ourselves, especially if nobody is really that into the talks other than us. So,
well, they're kicking themselves right now. You know that. You 100% know they're kicking themselves right now about that.
And I tweeted the other day, I think March 1st. I mean, I used to pitch. I understand what it takes to get ready for a season. Starting pitching, you got to do your long toss. You got to throw your bullpens. You got to get on the field. You got to be throwing. Got to be around the guys. Got to be working on your off-speed stuff. I mean, obviously, these guys have all their high-tech bullpen stuff at home or whatever Rapsodo stuff they already use in the offseason. But it's different to get in there, face batters, face major league hitting, that whole kind of thing. So I think with the first coming up, what the season starts on, the 28th?
28th.
I think March 28th. So you have less than 4 weeks. So you're probably going to get maybe 3 starts against 3 in-game starts where the juices are flowing, the adrenaline's pumping. You're facing guys that aren't your own teammates. It's a different feel. You can't replicate that in a bullpen. So if you're looking at the calendar and you got to get ready, you got to ramp it up. My target personally would be the first.
March 1st,
I don't know if they're comfortable with taking this into the middle of March and you only got a couple of weeks to get ready, but that's going to put you in a position where you might be on a 65 pitch limit kind of deal early in the season when in games that matter. And we know with the wild card, with how close things finish, those early games could be the difference between you, I don't know, being ahead of one team, maybe being behind another team. So those early starts in the season matter. So, I mean, you just start looking at the calendar, you start counting the days, you start figuring how many bullpens you're going to need, how many times you want to get out there on the mound during games. There's got to be a rest period too, because these guys aren't in midseason shape already with their arms. So if you're a pitcher, you got to really start thinking about, okay, I got to get something done here because it's time to start ramping it up. So we'll see if something gets done before the first, but it's got to be real close.
No doubt about it. We got a lot of voicemails. Thank you, guys. We're going to get to those as we go. We do got a couple of super chats to get to, and then I got a message for us also.
Thank you for being a friend.
Bum, 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 bum. Connor O'Neill says, Cashman has to get creative. So does Boris. This will drag till Monday, but when you get to Florida, Snell will join you. That would be friggin' awesome because we're on our way next week. So that would be absolutely amazing to land him there. Let me actually get these other super chats on my phone because your boy cannot see. Did I miss one after that? No. Aaron Rodgers says, we may have started something yesterday on Twitter. Mets versus Yankees softball game. Johnny cleanup and Pete leadoff and we win it. No, you don't want me leadoff. You want me third. Me and Johnny back-to-back in some order. I don't care.
I'm taking daddy hacks and going for the downs, man. I'm hacking in there.
I'm going prime McGuire right here. Steroid Mac. All right? Steroid Mac coming to play ball.
Mac Daddy, one of the best power hitters of all time.
Macho King says, as a competitor, Snell must be chomping at the bit to get out there.
Oh, yeah.
That nasty curveball is a work of art, missing bats by feet. 185. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Kyle Malay says, Yankees act like they are poor sometimes.
100%.
If they sign Snell, they will make all their money back on jersey sales from Soto and Snell. Also on rehab chicken buckets. They will make their money back, okay? Bernard, our guy, says, point. Snell really changed his approach in 2023, especially after the first 9 games. He was unhittable the rest of the way because he's more a pitcher, not just a hurler. Huge change, huge result. And I want to make one quick announcement because I got to show love. Today is Dominican Independence Day, so shout out to all my Dominicans. It is Dominican Independence Day today, so shout out Soto. What's up, brother? Happy Dominican Independence
what up,
Day.
Juan?
hit about 40 plus this year. Take the MVP. You and Judge battle over. We don't care who wins it. Guys, just battle over that damn thing, and we'll go from there. But let's get into our first voicemail. Let's do that. Then we'll keep it going with Blake Snell.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, Pete, first-time caller. This is Guy. I live up in Salem, New Hampshire, which is about 35 minutes from Boston. You know, I grew up in Springfield, Mass, you know, and my dad was a big-time Yankee fan, and usually you follow your dad's footsteps. You know, sometimes 100%. They leave quirky messages on there with underlining meaning, and I also try to be funny, but sometimes, you know, I'm not. My wife says I'm funny, but
that's all right.
Then again, she says looks aren't everything. I just wanted to say that going way back, you know, around 69, actually 67, I was about 12. I used to have to take the boombox out in the afternoon, and I was about 2 or 3 blocks away from my home, and the radio's buzzing, and next thing you know, I hear Joe Pepitone hits a buzz, and it's gone. So I might get one word every 20, 30 minutes walking around the neighborhood. When we had bad reception, it was usually during the day. Another time I was at home, usually at home we have a Saturday Yankee game on TV, and we go up in the attic, and I have to move the antenna and scream down to see if we have a good signal or not. So that was what it was like for me growing up being a Yankee fan. I never even knew what the Jets were or the Mets in my life, except for, of course, Joe Namath winning the Super Bowl. I just want to say, I don't want to talk about Snell today. I just want to, first I owe Jira an apology. Today in the super chat, I was trying to get your attention because they had something funny about Joey Bag of Donuts that my wife used the phrase. So I apologize to you, Jira, because I guess I was spamming trying to get your attention. So what happened was these guys from South Boston were in, and my wife listened to their accent and starts mimicking them, and she says, "Hey, you look like Joey Bag of Donuts." So they all start cracking up laughing. And at the end of the bill, when they left her $100 tip. So thank you, Joey. We could use the money. And today, watching the game, I think that the key thing about the spring training is, you got to stay healthy. Nobody's gonna come out the gate everybody's not gonna click at one time. So people have to relax. It's only the beginning of spring training, and then of course it's only.
All right, it cut off there, Guy. I'm gonna play the rest of it. He got about a minute more. But Guy, going forward, please keep the voicemails under 2 minutes. I'll get to you next one here.
Yeah, this is Guy again. I guess I talked a little bit too much, and I knew it was getting long.
Oh, no.
But what I wanted to say, Viva's impressed me. I think we might have something special they're developing. We'll just have to see. But I was really impressed with Will Warren today. His sweeper looked impressive. The Rays also had a really good lineup in there today. A lot of starters, and they were making weak contact on him. So I was really impressed with them and him, and I know he's probably going to get a lot of starts with Rondon, Stroh, and Cortez, even though, of course, reality says that, but I don't wish him bad luck. So, hey, I'm super excited to be part of NYYU.
Let's go, guys.
So let's get a World Series in before I'm 80, okay? All right.
All right, Guy.
Let's go. Before he's 80, let's get a chip.
Let's get a chip before he's 80, fan. Come on, we need to hear this song, everybody.
How dedicated that guy is. Let's go.
That's what we need, damn it. That's what we need. Guy, it's all good. Guy's apologizing. Come on, Chad. Leave Guy alone. It's his first voicemail. He knows now. Come on.
He knows better now. He's good. He's good.
Man. Well, we'll keep the voicemails going. I mean, I probably could have got about 3 of those in, but by the time we got 3 guys there. But let me go ahead and pull this up right here, man. I've done this every time we got, Mario talks about Blake Snell.
Look at all the red, man.
Look at that red, man. Come on.
Look at all the red.
Is there anybody in this chat right now that does not want Blake Snell? Like, I really want to know, like, is there somebody out there that's like, you know what?
Reveal
nah,
yourself.
Man, we don't need this dude. We don't
Reveal
need this
yourself.
Dude. Yeah, because if you're coming to the event, I just want to give you a clothesline just one time. let me and Johnny just go full Legion of Doom on you for what?
Oh
like
man,
2 minutes.
You do not want the tag team, man. These are some rough boys over here.
Rara doesn't want. Come on, stop it.
Oh,
we got
man.
a super chat for Rod Thompson. He goes, if I'm Snell, it's a no-brainer. I can pair myself up with Cole and play for an organization that is at least committed to winning. And to the next, in my next lifetime, I pray my hair will look as good as Johnny's does. Okay. Woo.
Man, it's peeking through the hat, man. It's kind of rough under there right now. I can't show you the whole thing, but
you guys don't want to see this. Look at this. Come on,
I guess I can.
Yeah, yours looks better than me. Look, I look like a dog over
man.
here. Like a friggin' dog right now.
We're just out here letting out all the lettuces out over here, man.
We got the lettuce everywhere. Who cares? I would look. I see a lot of people in there throwing out Dylan Cease. I would love Dylan Cease. I'm a big fan of Dylan Cease, man. I think you pair him with Garrett Cole. You pair him with Blake. I'm a fan of that dude, man. But I think for the Yankees, they'd probably rather spend the money than trade the prospect capital, especially what the ask is right now.
I would. I mean, they seem to love these prospects and spend them. I'd rather trade money than trade players. So
let me ask you this though. Do you think it could be? Could the Yankees be playing a ploy too to try to get them to drop their demands on Cease? I
wouldn't rule it out. I mean, sometimes Cashman's pretty sneaky. I mean, we didn't see Verdugo until it happened. So I mean, right. It's really hard to tell because I mean, some of these reporters are out of the loop and they're just throwing shit at a wall hoping it sticks. But you never know. I mean, obviously getting Stroman kind of hurt the chances for a Cease deal and a Snell signing. So, those guys were kind of looking at each other like, man, I mean, that's my only option right now. The only team we're negotiating with, and they just signed Stroman. We're kind of running out of options here and it's getting late. So
yeah,
I don't know. There's still a lot.
Rara, I get it. Rara is bringing up the fact at the end of the day that we're already over the cap, but
there's no cap.
There is no cap.
This isn't the NBA. This is the NFL.
There's a tax, and I get that. But what a lot of people seem to be forgetting about it's what your payroll is at the end of the season. So a lot of people are forgetting that. Yes, they add that, but you're not just 30 for Snell is not necessarily 60. It would be, but the Yankees could bring that down. They can still bring that down a little bit. I'm not saying that it's not going to cost the Yankees money, but I'm kind of shocked that we're really here talking about money when it comes to the New York Yankees.
Kills me every time, man. This is the problem with what Hal has done over the years, the brainwashing people to think that we care about his bondholders and about his dinner budget
that they got to talk to.
Come on, man.
We got to answer the shareholders. Take a friggin' walk.
This organization prints money. I mean, I don't want to hear the crying about. Do you want to win a championship or do you want to count your pennies and save it for a rainy day fund? I mean, you got to spend the money at some point. So,
in fact, we got 400 people in here, guys. Hit that like button for us right now. Smacky that like.
Tell your friends. Tell your family.
Tell your friends, tell your family, say, look, listen here, you son of a bitch. You go ahead and you pull that phone out. You subscribe to NYYU, damn it. And we got so much stuff coming your guys' way, man. I can't wait for it.
Oh, man. It's going to be a blast.
Let's just do this. I got to do this. Chat, I'm going to ask you, then me and Johnny are going to talk about this. Is Blake Snell a Yankee come opening day? I just want the chat to tell me because I'm going to remember some of the names. I'm going to remember some of the names in there. I want to hear
what you guys
really believe. Put your name on it, believe in it, and go from there. I'm sitting back and I'm continuing to think about this and think about this and think about this. And a lot of yeses already.
I see a no from Robert. Come on, Robert.
I have my doubts, Johnny. I
no
have
from
my
Vinny.
Doubts. I have my doubts. But I'm gonna go ahead and be a sucker here. I'm gonna say he falls to the Yankees.
It makes too much sense.
In that article too, John, if you remember, they do mention in it that he may accept the same sort of deal that Bellinger got, which is an opt-out after every year.
I mean, get creative, put something together, get him in pinstripes, man. If there was an ability to make a deal for Juan Soto, to make a trade that got you Juan Soto, there's an ability to put money together figure something out with the tax, move some money somewhere else, defer it like the Dodgers, do something to get Blake Snell in the uniform. That is the bottom line. I mean, Jeff Passan, who some people think is the god of all, baseball insiders, said it's between the Yankees and the Angels. And we know the Angels, I mean, they did have that one year where they went for Pujols and they went for Josh Hamilton, they went for CJ Wilson and did all that. But look how that wound up. Look how much they're paying Anthony Rendon to complain about not wanting to play baseball anymore. So
I don't even want to talk about that son of a bitch.
So I mean, the Angels aren't in the best position to take on a high AAV starting pitcher, especially after giving away Ohtani. Are they really in a position to win? Is it worth the investment? So I don't know, man. We'll see, but I think there's a good chance.
It's interesting times, man. Alex at the Super Chat says Yankees aren't using Peraza. Move him with Jones for Cease. Peraza, look, let me tell you guys something about Peraza real quick. I like this kid a lot. I do. I feel bad for him in many ways. I like him a lot, but that value is just dropping and dropping. Now he has a shoulder issue potentially, so I mean, it just keeps plummeting for this guy. That I talked about it in spring. I said, if anybody needs to show up and show out in this spring training, Peraza got to be right up there, man. He got to be one of the main guys that has to show something. He had 2 errors the other night. Now he has a beat up shoulder, apparently. Rara, thank you.
He got Vivas raking.
And got Vivas raking.
Vivas looks unbelievable. And he's a left-handed bat in Yankee Stadium. He can play middle infield position. He's only 22 years old. I mean, if you're looking at both of them right now and you're thinking who's going to be a better fit, who might work better, I mean, it's hard to say Peraza has anything over Vivas right now. I think he's
no question.
He's falling down that totem pole pretty quick, so he's got to get healthy and figure it out.
Yeah, he's in a make or break spot right now. And I know he's still 23 years old. He's a young kid, but it really does feel almost make or break for him. And I felt that way of it being spring training, and his spring training has gotten off to a rocky start, with the shoulder stuff giving him a problem now. And we don't know where that's gonna go for him and what his future looks like. But he came into camp in
great shape. He put some muscle on. He's over here, looking confident, looking ready to make that next jump in his career. I mean, if we're being honest, the guy needs at bats, but there's just nowhere to get him right now, especially if he's hurt and he's going to be off the field. So
let me ask you this too: when it comes to Blake Snell, let's just say that what happens is what me and you both think happened. We think he falls to the Yankees, and the Yankees get him. Who's the guy out there? Who's the odd man out in that rotation?
For me, it's Nestor.
I was going to say, I think we're going to agree on this one, too. I'm right there with you. It's Nestor Cortez.
100%.
Clark Schmidt looked good today. I think he has more upside. I go Nestor. To the point that I don't know what Nestor's getting paid this year, but that's a nice selling chip. It's a decent little chip to sell. Mid-spring, you don't know. If you feel like you got a little bit of a weakness, you never know what you can make up to get Nestor out of there. And he didn't have a terrible first outing. He did give up 7 hits. I think 2 of those plays could have been made that ended up being base hits. But Clark Schmidt is a guy I just feel like has a little more upside than Nestor Cortez. And with Will Warren and Luke Weaver and Hampton and Luis Gil, I feel like the Yankees have enough depth to say, see you later, brother.
Right, and they are looking for that next Michael King guy.
Yeah.
Preferably someone that throws a little harder. I mean, Nestor can give you maybe 2 or 3 innings to bridge the gap after someone has a rough start, or maybe a 6-inning, short inning kind of deal, lefty situation where he drops down and gets a matchup. But if Snell comes to town, I mean, you got to keep Schmidt through like 140 innings last year?
140 something, I think. Yeah, so Schmidt is easily able
to more durable.
No question about it. He
had
made
a better
his
second half.
Outings.
So.
Yeah, he made his 32 outings, and look, he apparently worked very, very hard in the offseason to improve himself. He threw a pitch today that was just a dart on the outside corner, and you can see he has that kind of very loose motion. He's a bit animated, which I like to see. He seems like he's very well liked in the clubhouse. So, and let's remember too, people tend to forget this stuff. The Yankees also took a chance on this kid. They knew he needed surgery when they drafted him. And they kind of stuck to their guns with him and let him develop, and he's developed into a starter for them. So tip of the cap to the Yankees for that. And I'd rather keep him and keep a guy that came up through your system and to give him that shot. And it's cheaper, by the way, Then a Nestor Cortez, you could trade and save a little bit of money. But that rotation right there, Cole, Snell, Rondon, who we're going to talk about a little bit. Who's the Marcus Stroman and Clark Schmidt? I mean, that's wild.
That's a very, very solid group of dudes. And then you have plenty of depth if you need to give a guy an extra day, maybe go a 6-man rotation midsummer. There's a lot of depth in this rotation, and I think Snell would only increase that depth. And if you were looking forward to hypothetical playoff series, you want those first 2 games are crucial. And what better way to set yourself up in a series to have Garrett Cole in game 1 and Blake Snell in game 2?
My goodness.
2 Cy Young winners from last season, and they both have 97 plus on the heater. Great secondary stuff. So you're putting the other team in a tough hole if they got to face Cole and Snell back to back to start a playoff series. So it's a pipe dream, man. I got my hopes up.
Imagine if those top 3 stay healthy and are strong. What those K numbers are going to look like at the end of the year.
Oof. Bad time for other teams, man. Nobody wants to see. No one wants to see 3 dudes throwing 98 to start off the series at any time. So,
Guy Lasorsa with the super chat says, Snell IFA money. What's the value of our prospects? So yes, I believe that IFA money would be involved if they sign Snell. I
think it's $1 million, right?
And it's something like that. Yeah,
something like
Vinny
$1 million.
Says,
I mean,
I tell Boris 5 years, 125. You're opt out after 1. Hours after 3, take it or leave it. You think you're this good, then show us and opt out next year. Well, I think that's probably what his goal would be, right?
He just showed that he's that good, though.
He did. He just showed how good he is.
Look at his numbers from last season. I mean, the guy is. I know he's inconsistent. I know he's not logging a ton of innings. Some people are kind of giving him some shit and calling him a glorified opener. I get it. His pitch count gets high super quick, but I mean, if you can get 5 strong from him and he Ks 8 or 9 dudes, and with the offense that we have, if it's 4-0 by the 6th inning, I think you're in good shape. So
let me tell you something, man.
Something to think about.
After watching the 82-80 Yankees last year, I'm not saying shit about Blake Snell coming. I'm not saying shit about him going 4 innings. I'm not saying, and honestly, on top of that, I truly believe that stuff's a little overblown because I think he made, if I remember when I looked it up, he went into the 6th inning, I think 22 times out of 30-something starts last year. And I think Jordan Montgomery did it one more time. And everybody talks about Jordan Montgomery gives you length all the time and this and that.
Right.
And it was like, that's kind of a misconception. It's not really true. It's not really
true.
The
thing was, someone mentioned earlier how his first few starts were a little rough, and then he figured something out halfway and finished the season great. He admitted that he was fine with walking guys because he was going to, and his thing was, okay, if I fall behind this dude, if I don't have my stuff for this at bat, I'm fine with putting him on. I'm not going to give in. Face the next dude, strike him out, get a double play, that whole kind of thing. So, yeah, it does get his pitch count up quickly. And, I mean, obviously nobody wants to put runners on base because walks are a big no-no. But, I mean, the guy's stuff is top-notch. If you look at his ERA, if you look at his strikeouts last year, if you look at the way he pitched, I mean, if he walks 4 dudes in the start and he doesn't give in to those guys and gets the next one and he keep that up, I mean, come on, get him in pitch stress.
He doesn't get hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is not a guy that gets smacked around the ballpark. He's very tough to square up. Somebody else said it earlier too. What a great! I think it might have been Bernard. What a great curveball he has. The guy's absolutely filthy. So, I'm assuming we're gonna come to some sort of head on this at some point. It's
got to happen soon.
It's got to happen soon. Guys, we still got 400 plus in here. Do us a favor. Hit that like button if you have not. Let's crush it, baby. And again, we have 2 tickets left to NYYU Day, April 20th. Love you guys, man. Anthony Garcia says, Mario. Oh, Mario, where you at? You around here? Mario and Snell. Because somebody called in one time. I was like, hey, Mario. My one is like, fuck you. Where's Mario at?
You keep calling you Mario, man. They just want to see you look around your room. That's all it is.
That's all it is. They want to see me act a damn fool. If Snell comes to NY, it doesn't matter how many innings he goes because Boone pulls starters after 5 innings anyway. It's not a bad point.
He might pull Snell in the 3rd, man. I don't know.
He might. This is Boone right here. Here we go.
You know, I just felt like it was kind of bullying, frankly.
I don't want to fuck up our season by playing that too much, but man, oh man. Wow.
I think, I mean, last year I obviously didn't like Hicks. I don't like Donaldson. I didn't like certain dudes. Every year there's like a dude you don't like. This season I love the team. I can't stand the manager still.
I
So
was
it's
about to
like
say every year you still gonna dislike Boone. That's
I
not gonna
just
change
can't.
anything.
Oh God, it's just
But
it's the substitute teacher that walks in the classroom and everyone looks at each other and goes, "Oh, we can get away with a lot of shit because this guy's a pushover." It's
that's
just
a
how
great
he comes
point.
off.
That's a great point. I mean,
You know, in
that is an
school,
absolute great point.
I don't know, man. I get a lot of shit for talking shit about him, but I just can't.
You think you do? What about poor me over
You
here?
and me both,
My
pal.
God, forget about it. We're probably leading the charge on that. No
Oh
question about
God.
it.
Yeah, I
Guy,
can't stand him.
Johnny, there's something you want to discuss and you want to talk about, and that has to
Right.
do with one of my favorite players on the Yankees, and I really hope he has a phenomenal year this year.
Me too.
That
I'm
is
rooting hard for the guy.
Carlos Rondon. But you feel that maybe you found some stuff to say he may not be fully back and ready to go.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna sound like the early spring guy who's panicking and stuff like that. I don't want to be the early spring overreactor guy.
Okay.
But the reports that came out from Rodon's bullpens and his live BPs was that he was sitting at 97 and he was throwing 97 consistently, and the arm looked good. The fastball had great life. We saw videos. So like, okay. If he's touching 97, the back's probably good. The arm's feeling good. Forearm's good. I mean, we could see 2022 Carlos Rodon, and he started the game. Okay, I'm looking at the radar gun. I don't care about the result of the at bat. I don't care what happens with the pitch. I just want to see the arm, the pure velo. Let's see it. And I'm seeing 92. I'm seeing 91.
Yep.
I'm seeing 93. When he's humping up with 2 strikes, elevating the fastball to 94, and it looks like he's giving it a lot. He's trying to throw it hard, and it's 94. So he did touch 95 a couple times. He touched 96 once. I did see that. But where he was sitting compared to the reports, it didn't match to me.
Right.
So I'm going to be watching his next start very closely. I want to see that velo. And there's reports that he got to spring early. He got to camp before some other guys. He's been throwing. He's been doing his long toss. He's been throwing bullpens. He's ahead of schedule, much further ahead of schedule than he was last year, feeling healthy, lost some weight. And the velo looks very similar to where it was at the end of last season. So I was looking at some tape. I compared his most recent start to some of his later in the year starts from last year, and the velo is very comparable. So here is his start from the other day. You're going to see 94 right here, which he got the result. Again, the results were good from the start the other day. I can't dispute that. I think this one was a breaking ball. That was a fastball too. So,
and if you remember too, if anybody watched Rodon from years ago, this is where he gets his Ks on his fastball.
He elevates
especially
the
against
heater.
righties. He elevates the heater very, very well up and away, and that's usually where he does that. He did that a lot with the Giants. Is you would see that often, but definitely different velocity, no question about it.
And I watched him a lot in 2022. I went to, I think, 2 or 3 of his starts. I was at one in San Francisco. I saw him a couple other times. And I kept looking at the radar gun, and I know everyone's going to go to his Savant page. Everyone's going to go to his fan graphs and go, his average velo is 94, 95. His average. I get it. But when you have that, Garrett Cole sometimes starts a game throwing 94, but towards the end, he's going to pump 98, 99 by you when he needs it. It's in his back pocket. There's a cruising speed, there's a cruising velo, and then there's oh shit, I need to strike out. I'm going to pump it up here a little bit. So in 2022, there were games that I watched from the first pitch to the last pitch where Carlos Rodon was sitting at 97, 98, touching triple digits throughout the whole game against I think there was one against the Phillies. There was one against the Padres that I saw in person. The guy was absolutely pumping. So when he hit free agency, and I had watched a lot of him in 2022, I got very excited. You can follow me on Twitter. You can go find it. I have the tweets everywhere. I was super pumped to have Carlos Rodon in camp. I wanted that 98-mile-an-hour arm behind Garrett Cole, the number 2 we keep talking about. And I'm still waiting for it. I know he was hurt last year. I know he was out of shape. I know the back was a problem. Cool. He's in camp early. He's throwing. He's doing his thing. I'm still seeing 91 to 94 in the heater with occasional 95, but where I'm looking for that 98 to 100 that he had in his back pocket in 2022. So I'm not going to be the early spring scared guy. I'm not that guy. I know spring is where guys are ramping it up. They're getting back in shape. They're getting their arm condition, all that stuff. And we don't want them overthrowing and getting hurt in the first start. But
wind up the 0-2.
The reports from camp where he's sitting at 97 didn't match with what we saw in that first start. Yeah. So I'm going to be watching very close in the second and third start.
And the other thing too is, and I'm going to put up video also of him with the Giants, and you could definitely see, you know, where the concern is. The other thing too is that we don't necessarily also know what he may be working on for that game.
Right.
So that he could have very well said, "Hey, look, I know I got it in there. I want to focus on command, or I want to focus on a certain pitch sequence that I'm trying to work on." But again, I know exactly what Johnny's talking about.
There were counts. There were counts where he had 2 strikes, and you're okay. Here comes the elevated heater. I want to see that 97. Show me the 97 they're talking about from camp, and it was 94.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay. I don't know. Maybe he's still getting his arm back in shape. It is early in spring. He doesn't want to get hurt. I get it. I totally get it.
And but the thing is too is that, you know, when I pull this stuff on the screen, and I'll take a look at it right now. This is obviously when he's with the Giants.
Look at this. Look at this.
But, I mean, there's 99.
99.
Upstairs.
This is in the 5th inning. This isn't him emptying the tank at the end of the game. This is mid-game.
85 pitches right here. 99 miles an hour. Just try to hit it.
And the amount of effort you see in that video when he's throwing that pitch,
a lot more.
The body looks different. The motion looks different. He looks angry. He looks pissed off. He looks strong.
Yep.
I look at his motion on the Yankees, and it looks, I know they talked a lot about him making adjustments to his mechanics and trying to find a different slot and keep being more flexible and all that kind of stuff. It looks like he's guiding it, and it looks like it looks like a guy who is afraid to hurt his back again. To an extent, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth. I'm not trying to over speculate and be an expert over here, but just watching, just what your own 2 eyes see when you look at that tape from 2022 and you look at how he's looked recently. I don't know. I'm looking for the velo. I'm looking for the 97 to 100 and consistent. So, I mean, going to be looking at this second start very closely. Looking forward to his third and fourth starts. Really hoping to see that velo tick up a little bit, but I don't know, man. A little concerned. That's just me.
Yeah,
call me the overreactor guy in spring. I get it. I know better, but
no, I don't think it's fair to call you an overreactor. I think it's exactly kind of what we need to do, because let's be honest here. Everybody knows Carlos Rodon. Typically, we don't look at a Garrett Cole and go, Garrett Cole needs to have a good spring training. We need to see Cole have this good spring training. No, we don't care about 100%. That. But for Carlos Rodon after last year, we want to see him have a good spring. We want to see, like, if his last outing he comes out and he's doing what Johnny's talking right now, you see him go, he's 1-2, 98 upstairs. He's pumping 98s, 97s.
I will be so excited. I'll be
Exactly. We're going to sit
I'm buying all the Rondon merch you got on the website if he's pumping 98
so
his last start.
Listen to me, Carlos. You pump those fucking balls in there, all right?
And I expect everyone in the chat to do it too. If this motherfucker comes out here in his last start and he hears this podcast, he goes, you know what, you little fuck? You think you know sports? Watch this. And Rodon's out there throwing 98 and saying, fuck you. I want to see it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. We need that. And I tell you what, man, he's one of the main guys I want to see in spring. I told Mario, I said, Mario, get ready, have the camera ready. If I see him, I'm saying, Carlos, look, man, you make everybody your bitch this year. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, please.
I want to pump him up.
He's got that attitude and that fire that you want up there on the hill. He's a bulldog, man. The way he pitched in 2022, he knew his stuff was good. He's pumping a heater by you. I don't care if it's right down the middle. You ain't hitting it. So the guy was super confident. He's full of aggression and that power. And it's just, damn, we really need that behind Garrett Cole. And he kind of fell flat in his face last season. So we're really looking for that rebound this year. And like I was telling Mario the other day, we were talking about it a little bit. When you think of a Jordan Hicks, when you think of a Garrett Cole, when you think of a Aroldis Chapman, when you think about these guys who throw gas, even when they're in their build-up phase and they're out there in early spring, you're still seeing 97, 98. You're still seeing the velo. They're probably on a pitch count limit. They're probably not going to go as deep in the game. Maybe they're a little wild, whatever. But the velo's there. These guys that throw hard, they roll out of bed and they throw hard. So for Carlos Rodon to be pumping 99, 97, 98 a lot in 2022, and to see him out there trying to get that elevated heater with 2 strikes and only seeing 94, Yes, there was a 96 in there. There was a 95, but I'm looking for that 2022. I want that 99. I want that 98. I want that upper level velo, man.
And the other thing too is, there he was. We got to remember this too, because he did throw it a couple of times. I went back and watched. He was working with a new pitch also. He did throw a cutter a couple of times in there also. Yeah, he threw the cutter a couple of times. There was one really good one he got a strikeout with. It was on the outside corner to a right-handed batter. And I'm watching, and I go, oh, the slider got him. Dude, he struck him out. Then I'm looking back. I'm like, that didn't have as much break on the slide. I'm like,
a little bit shorter, yeah.
But then I saw the velocity, and I saw 92. And I'm like, oh, that was a cutter. That was a cutter. Because it had the late cutter break, and it was a good one. It was on the corner. The home run he gave up also was on a cutter. That was.
I was gonna say the one that Kirk hit. It looked like it was a cutter too. It kind of got in there a little bit.
Kirk saw a cheeseburger coming right down the middle. He said, "That's mine, baby."
He sees a meatball. He's there. He's gonna fucking eat it. So just like he eats everything else. But...
Remember the picture you created? Little inside joke, guys. We don't gotta put nothing out there. We have
that'll never see the light of day, but
that'll never see the light of day.
But...
Got a lot of voicemails. You want another point right there?
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, spring is when you learn a new pitch and you get out there and you work it and you throw it to hitters and you get a feel for it and that whole kind of thing, which is great. I'm not looking at the velo on the cutters. I'm looking at the elevated four-seam fastball with 2 strikes.
Yep.
I want 97 to 100. I want to see that 2022 velo. So that's all. That's my only point.
And we're not being dicks here. We at least want to see it before the season begins.
Please.
If you wait till your last outing, go, guys, I'm gonna really pump this shit up today and see how it goes. Carlos, go do it. Go ahead. I don't care if just go out there, and if you show it, man, come on, man. We want this guy to be great. One, he makes this team so much better, but he gives you an attitude on the mound that you want to see. You want it to be on your team, and the Yankees
need that fire.
Need that. They need it. They desperately need it. Let's get to the next voicemail. We got about 7 or 8 voicemails here. Let's get to them.
Hey, Pete, it's Dozer Phase on the chat. Going with what all the reporters are saying, I think it's all hype and stuff about Snell being signed. But if they do sign Snell, I think it's going to be later on in the season. It's just he's not going to sign anytime soon. I just think he's going to sign later on in the season or not sign at all this year. But
no, he's not.
Hopefully they can trade for Cease and get a second decent starter. But that's my opinion. Hopefully,
guy's not going to sit out half a year.
Starter sometime before the season starts. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll let you know what I think really easily. He's not going to sit out a season. I mean, he's going to get an offer.
Not even half.
Not even half. That's not
probably a couple weeks. Maximum 2 weeks he's going to be signed.
If that. This is not an Andy Pettitte situation where he's going, hey, I'll sign in July, or Roger Clemens when they were doing that shit every year. He's going to sign. I mean, look, he's going to have enough offers out there by somebody. If Boris comes out and goes, all right, I give in. We're going to lower our demand. Maybe we want to structure something the way Bellinger's were, but we want to hire AAV than what he got, of course. I think you'll have more teams even step up and go, all right, maybe we make this work. Let's figure it out. Mm-hmm. He's not going to go much longer. I don't see this taking this much longer. It just makes no damn sense. 24 likes away from 200. Let's go, baby.
Pump those legs, baby.
But what do you think, Johnny? I mean, there's no friggin' way this guy waits.
No. He's only hurting himself, and he's setting himself up to get hurt if he waits several months into the season to sign. Because he's going to have to ramp up his conditioning, get his arm in shape quickly. The pitchers are creatures of habit. I mean, guys, they're on their schedule. They want their arm to feel a certain way. They need a certain amount of starts before the season starts to feel right. And if you look at the calendar, it's getting late early, like I saw in the chat earlier. Famous quote there. But Snell's going to want 2 to 3 in-game starts, plus his bullpens, plus a little bit of long toss and all the stuff he's doing on the side. So he's only going to hurt himself by waiting. So I don't see that at all.
Yep, let's continue on with the voicemails.
Hey, yo, Joey Bag of Donuts over here.
Hey.
Hey, y'all, I'm just calling about that Balake Snell fella, and I think he's going to fall right into the Yankees' lap. Who cares about the money, man? Just go sign him, man. Let's go win the World Series, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hey, we get a little Balake Snell. I'm down for it. JC has gifted a membership, and it goes to Katie.
Oh, very nice.
Appreciate you, brother. Let's keep the voicemails going.
All right, this is Nick Rose, and I'm really hoping that they get him because they need him to make a run for the championship this year. Bye, because we need the championship this year. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, he doubled up. He doubled up on it. We need the championship this year. We need the championship this year. I like it.
Reiterate your point.
Right there with them. Right there with them. Christian with the super chat says, "Hi, Pete. I'm 19 and I'm still balding. Cooked. You're fucked, bro."
No, you're good, man. Throw a hat on.
Johnny's
good,
being
man.
nice to you, all right?
Hey,
Johnny's being nice to you today.
If I start losing some lettuce upstairs, I'm the first guy that's going to shave my head. I'm not even going to give no one the opportunity to tell me.
I was losing it, but I used the Creci Pelo, which is the little Dominican thing, and it popped it right back up, bro. I'm ready to rock and roll again. I'm ready to go. But let's keep
never
the
doubt
voicemails going.
the serums from the Hispanic community, man.
No,
never doubt those.
Never. It's unbelievable. This thing is, I felt like a fucking chia pet. It just started growing back out of nowhere. It's unbelievable.
Hey, everybody. Hey, for those of you going to the Yankees thing on the 20th, have a great time. I wish I could be with you, but just out of my price range, everybody. It was just, I'm just going to be traveling already, so have a good time.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it, man. We got a few more voicemails. We appreciate it. And yeah, man, I'm happy that we're basically sold out, man. I'm so excited. Guys, we're going to have over 150 NYYU fam up in the house, man. It's going to be wild. We got the nice camera over there. We're taking pictures galore. We're going to have that gigantic group photo. Oh, it's going to be good. We might even do some little interviews and stuff. Anybody want to, hop on, be on the channel? Why not? Let's keep the voicemails going.
Squad goals.
Hey, what's up, Pete? It's Tyler here.
Tyler, what up,
brother?
Well,
obviously a big season for the Yankees coming up, but my question is, obviously the year that Gleyber Torres had last year, I think probably surprised us. I don't think a lot of us expected him to do as good as he did, but now that this year is a walk-in for him and he could possibly be gone by the end of the season, do you think, because I heard that we might have to let Gleyber Torres walk if we want to re-sign Juan Soto. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that, but if
we don't have to
performs up to what he did last year or even exceeds those expectations, I would be very much interested in bringing him back, but by no means am I keeping him over Juan Soto. I would obviously want to re-sign Soto over him, but what's like the deal with that? Would we have to let Gleyber walk if we wanted to re-sign Soto? But thanks, Pete. Have a great one.
I don't think so.
Man. We got to stop with this idea of the Yankees being limited. They're not poor, limited. And this is not a poor organization. I get what people are coming saying that, look, I'll say this. I think the whole tax thing is bullshit, that this money goes to these teams who put money in their back pocket and go, we're not going to spend. I think that's bullshit, like the A's. And if I was Hal Steinberg, that would bother me also. That actually would kind of piss me off a little bit, that I have to do that if I want to make my team this great club and I want to go over and get players and I make enough money to do that. That shit does kind of bother me a little bit. But I think the biggest thing working against Gleyber Torres is the fact of all the youth the Yankees have right behind them, that none of these guys are too far away. Yorbit Vivas is making a name for himself now. We know where we got him. He's going to be right there in AAA at second base. So if there was a situation this year, God forbid, knock on wood, that Gleyber ended up going down or the Yankees decide on moving him for whatever the hell reason, Vivas is right there. It's not like we got to say there's somebody 2 years away. Yorbit's right there. If this guy has a solid season with the bat in AAA, you never know. And then you got, Roderick Arias. We're already seeing what George Lombard is doing at 18 years old. There's a lot of youth in that system coming up quick. And Jared Cerna is another guy to look out for. So I don't know, but the Yankees they could lock him up if they really needed, if they really wanted to.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough to replicate an 800 OPS bat, especially with Glaber playing a middle infield position. I mean, very productive. He was one of our only good hitters last year in a lineup full of crap. So it's hard to replace offensive production like that. But I mean, if the Yankees want to go cheaper, if they're going to hand Juan Soto $600 million, and they're trying to save elsewhere, I mean, unless Glaber is trying to take a sweetheart hometown deal, I think there's a good chance they pencil in Vivas or someone else there. So
he said he'd take a discount. I just, people could say that all day. Then when the discount is thrown at him, you're like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
you gonna do that.
If we remember what the Yankees first offered Aaron Judge when that whole thing started, a discount only goes so far, but there's a difference between a discount and getting hit in the knees. So we'll see what that offer looks like.
Exactly. And Vivas isn't that. I mean, not Vivas. Glaber's not as tall as Judge, so hit him in the knees might be even less. Might be even less than that. We got another voice. Got a couple of more voicemails here. Are you short on time, or are you good for
I'm good.
while longer? All right, perfect.
Yeah,
let's keep
absolutely.
Yo, what's up, Pete? What's up, Johnny?
Yo,
just want to come on.
What up? What up?
Also, some thoughts about Snell. I just think there's too much smoke around. The whole thing with Cease, I feel like that's just a ploy by the Yankees to go ahead and try to drive Snell's price down. Everything with the Giants and the Angels, I feel like that's all Scott Boras just trying to get us to pay more. I think at the end of the day, though, it seems pretty obvious. There's only really one possibility for Snell. I think at the end, Snell is a Yankee. Anyway, keep doing God's work, y'all. Juan Soto's a Yankee for life. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Sign that
man.
Sign both of them.
I never thought that I could get more excited about this Yankee season. Man, they had Blake Snell. I don't know how the hell we're all not sitting here going, now it's up to the players and it's up to the coaching staff. And I'm going to just say this right now. If Boone doesn't win with this team, you move on. There is no questions. Can you imagine being Hal Steinbrenner and paying all this money, even making this move and going, you know what, we're going to give people like John Fisher, whatever the hell his name is, the owner of the A's, more money to put in his pocket, and we end up losing in the ALDS or ALCS, even the World Series. I'm sorry. At that point, I'm sitting there going, look, I gave you guys everything I could give you. If it was truly up to me, both of you would be gone. Cashman and Boone, both would be kicked out of the room, and that's it, you're done. We did all this. I put all this money up. You got to, look, there's only one option. I know baseball's not easy. I understand that. But we have put together a team that, let me say this too, that George would be proud of and go, wow, that's what I'm talking about. That's a New York
100%.
Yankee team.
And everyone compares everyone compares our offseason this year to the 2009 offseason where Teixeira and CC and all those guys.
Burnett,
AJ Burnett. So there's a reason that offseason has been compared to this one. The Yankees did add a lot of good value and great players. So it's now or never, Mr. Aaron Boone. I mean, you got to get the culture set in there. You got to make the right decisions on the pitching changes. And he's got to be the captain of the ship and steer this thing to at least an ALCS. That's the bare minimum.
That scares me hearing that. I got to be honest with you.
It's
Booney.
At minimum ALCS with an opportunity to win a series to go to the World Series. That's what this year has to be. So especially if you got Snell, then it might be World Series or bust.
That's what I'm saying. With Snell in there, you got to say, look, we're the favorites for the pennant, no question about it. And then we got to go play that chip, whoever it is against. But the Yankees should no doubt about it be the favorites to win it all. We got a super chat from DJ Stelio.
Okay. That's my guy right there.
Stelio says, Lasagna's Johnny, Simonetti's Peter. What's up, fellas? Why don't aliens like to leave a review on Earth? Because Earth only has 1 star. Love you, my guys. Respect the schmear on the bagels. Yeah, let me tell you something. You don't need a bagel. You got to get a little cream cheese on that bagel, baby. And not a little 100%. Bit of cream cheese. So much cream cheese that one artery goes, fuck you, bro. For
the
doing
cream
this
cheese to bagel ratio needs to be right, or else we ain't eating bagels.
No question at all. And I see this guy. Who's this fucking asshole, by the way? There's this asshole guy on TikTok that says something like bagels.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something
bagels.
Else.
He calls them like bagels or some shit. Somebody should take this guy and just give him a elbow drop from the top rope and just end him.
What might be worse than that is the scooped bagels. Have you seen those?
No, what the hell's that?
They scoop the middle bread out of the fucking bagel, and they eat the rest of it.
Oh, that hurts.
If that ain't some hipster California fucking avocado toast motherfucker type shit, that's a crime. I say
scoop and bagel don't go together.
If you order a scoop bagel, you deserve life in prison. If we're going to be realistic
100%.
here, I don't want to be over dramatic, but I mean, it's just the direction you got to go. If you're scooping bagels,
poor Jira is having a panic attack right now. You don't mess with her bagels. I'll tell you right now. You don't mess with her bagels. We got 2 more voicemails to get to. Let's get to them.
Hey, Pete, Kamala here. I really do think that Snell is going to land in the Yankees lap. Like, he has no other offers out there. Like, what's he going to do? Go to the Savannah Bananas or, like, yeah. And also, they'll make all their money back on their jersey sales, like I said. And it was chicken buckets. But also, yeah. All right. Well, you have a good night and go Yankees. Go
I
get
appreciate
Snell.
you, brother.
Woo.
Thank you so much, man. Yes, go get Snell. We already know that, man. We got to get him. We got to get Snell. I'll be so friggin' happy to have that rotation all year, man. Oh, come on. Get it done. Get it done,
Need
Yankees.
it bad. Real quick, my guy, Raymond Sandoval. I see him in the chat right there.
Raymond!
That's my guy right there. He said that's how I eat my bagels, scooped. Don't believe that, man. All right?
He's lying
Are
to
you
us?
guys in there? Yeah,
He's lying to us, right?
Don't worry.
Raymond.
I'll take care of him next time I see him. But
don't do this to us, Raymond.
The
Don't
bagel
do this to
slander,
us.
the bagel slander on the air will not be tolerated.
Yeah, that can't be. Come on, Raymond. Replay Op says, I hope Boone doesn't manage by prioritizing low management and let these guys play. Look, man, that load management bullshit and all this, it's why, you know, you got a lot of people that have been watching baseball for years and going, this stuff is bullshit at this point. You know, like nobody, you know, then you hear the stuff that years ago this didn't happen. And I get it that these guys are, you know, it's a business. They're getting paid a lot of money. You want to keep them on the field. I get it. But I honestly believe some of that shit of days off and that actually gets these guys beat up more than expected. Because you just see these injuries like this happening so much over time. I don't know, man.
And guess how many games Juan Soto played last year? Wild guess.
Every one of them.
162 games. If I see him sit because he had a day where he hit 2 doubles or something, I'm going to give Aaron Boone a call personally. And
that's a great point. I don't want to see this shit that all of a sudden Soto's getting his little day off bullshit. Because hopefully Soto speaks up and goes, hey, man, no, I'm in the lineup. Put me back in that lineup.
Yeah, listen here, fuckface. I'm playing today. So take that load management
he goes,
shit.
This is all Soto has to do. This is all Soto has to do. I will tweet out right now that I'm not re-signing with the Yankees under any circumstances if you take me out of the lineup. I will tweet
I got Boris
that
on
shit.
speed dial.
And this whole stadium is going to come and get you the same day. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, Dan.
Going to burn the place down. You set the guy.
Hey, Juan, you're listening. Do it.
100%. It's Dominican Independence Day today. I mean,
it's Dominican Independence Day.
Don't piss that man off on his day, man. Let's get real here.
We got one more voicemail, then we're going to wrap it up.
Hey, fellas. Fast Eddie. Watching you talk about the pitching, I'm wondering if you guys are secretly as tired of this shit as I am. I say we let it go. Let Cease and the other guys, just let them go where they want to. We go to war with what we have. The truth is, if Rondon pitches the way he's capable of, then we should have a good enough, starting 5 to get where we need to be. I'm getting tired of hearing all this Snell shit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If you guys think we should get one of them, I got to make the case, but I think we should just let it go and move on. All right, man. You guys have a good night. Take care. Bye.
Fast Eddie, I can't wait to see you on April 20th, brother. Fast Eddie, look, I'll make this very simple for anybody, right? Look, man, Blake Snell makes the Yankees better. That's all there is to it. If you want to win, we want to win this year. I know it's been a pain in the ass. I know it's been extended out so long. It's been one reporter. They don't want him. We're tired of it. We're fed up. We just want it to happen. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be excited about this club now because, guys, this is the most excited I've been in a really long time. We've been extremely excited about this club. Everybody on this network, by the way, is extremely excited about the New York Yankees. Snell just adds to that. I'm not saying we need him. I'm not saying it's a must. I'm just saying if he's available and he falls to us, you fucking load that boy up.
I'm comfortable with what we got now and seeing how it goes. But if you have an opportunity for the NL Cy Young Award winner to fall in your lap, and there's an opportunity, and there was dialogue yesterday, and there's reports. I mean, like someone said earlier, when there's smoke, there's fire there. So, I mean, I get it. We're tired of the talk. It gets monotonous. Same thing with Soto until it happened. We were talking about him every day. But, man, if you got an opportunity to get him on your team, you do it. So, we'll see.
You do it, man.
I mean,
again,
got to be happening
guys,
soon, though.
No question about it. Cole, Snell, Rondon, Stroman, Clark Schmidt. I'm talking right now.
Let's go.
Wow, let's go, man. This would be one of the most amazing Yankee rotations in ages. I think it will be the most hype season I remember since 2009. I know it was great getting Cole. I know it was great getting Stanton. But man, oh man, this type of offseason they had after such a bad season, you got to be nothing but excited about what this team could be. And one thing too, Johnny, that we'll just wrap up with this part. And guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Just to throw this part out there too, the team chemistry looks amazing right now.
100%.
What did Soto say about Snell? He's great for the clubhouse. He's funny. He's great for the clubhouse.
Right.
And
the guys,
Rara, that's
Judge
not a
is
fair
friends
point.
with him, and
But see, Rara, that's not a fair point. I hear people say this. What happened in San Diego? They had all these stars. What does that got to do with the New York Yankees?
who's saying that was all Snell's fault?
And who's saying it was Soto's fault? Who knows what? Who knows what the real? Hell, the manager seemed to run out of that situation really quick. Soto and Snell were gone.
If you watch the Padres at all, I mean, the people that were beefing the most on the Padres were Machado and Tatis. I mean, if you're really looking for some fingers to point there and guys acting like prima donnas, I wouldn't look at Soto or Snell. I mean, look at Bogarts, Machado, and Tatis. If you're going to point fingers, I'd start there.
I'll throw something else out there because, again, I've been a very, very big fan of Soto for a very long time. Soto last year during the season called the team out to the media saying they have every chance to win because all the talent's in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Soto's just doing that shit and he knows, hey, I've been to trouble, man. No. There's a lot of different things that go on in the clubhouse. I don't think you can just sit there and go, well, it's one guy or this guy. There's a lot more to that with that club. Brandon with a super chat says, I love Snell, but he is going to the Angels. We'll see. He just might go to the Angels. You never know.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, it'll be a boner killer for us, but it is what it is.
Yep. All right, guys, we're going to get ready to wrap up today. Actually, no, we got a voicemail by DJ Steele, so we'll play this one.
He's been trying to cook me in the chat. I seen it.
He's probably coming for both of us now.
Let's hear it.
After we get this from Steele's, guys, we'll give you guys some of the news of what's coming over the next couple of days, and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah. What up to Minetti and Lasagna's Johnny?
What up?
How you doing? Is the one and only friendly neighborhood DJ Steele calling in again. What's up, guys? I've got nothing to say right now. I just wanted to give you guys a good little dad joke because I'm in the mood right now. I'm in the spirit, Bro.
You just fought it?
You just burped?
All right, so my dentist, I went to the dentist today, and my dentist pulled out the wrong tooth. And guess what he said to me? It was accidental. Gotta go.
The guy, he got a book, man. He got a book of these friggin' jokes. He has nothing to do with the book, so he calls us and he drops these damn jokes in there. I don't know.
At least they're not predictable. They're not predictable.
Right. They're not predictable. You don't know where he's going. Sometimes it's aliens, it's snowmen, it's dentists, it's who the fuck knows? I don't know anymore.
I don't know if he shit his pants or he burped before he dropped
shit his pants,
that.
Actually, I think he shit his pants.
It's a good chance. I know he was talking about
that was not a normal quick. That was a long, nasty sounding fart, to be honest with you.
Hey, that could have been a wet one. I don't know. We'll see.
It probably was, to be honest.
Only one way to find out.
Speaking of wet ones, I have nowhere to go with that. But anyway, we have nowhere to go with that one.
He said I snorted some evaporated milk. Interesting.
I don't know what's going on with this guy. But tomorrow we should be having a farm report tomorrow with Los and Dane. Look forward to this show, guys, because you guys are all excited about these prospects going nuts.
Tune in.
That is the place to be. Friday we are jam-packed. game season live, immediately followed by the Bronx or nothing on Friday. So, guys, the rest of the week, we are absolutely packed. Probably going to do something on Thursday also. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But, Johnny, anything you want to leave us with?
I mean, I wish spring training was shorter, man. I'm ready for the season to start.
Right, me too.
But
Me too.
yeah, I'm enjoying watching these young guys. I'm enjoying watching some of the fringe roster guys. It's nice to see guys like Vivas out there, see Hampton and Warren today. Lombard hitting 18-year-old kid hitting homers. So lots to look forward to. I look forward to the farm report and hearing what they have to say, because you know, sometimes it's kind of hard to find video from these young guys and to find a real good kind of informational type of write-up on them. But they have some great content over there, so looking forward to watching that one. But yeah, I look forward to watching the rest of the spring training. Hopefully everyone stays healthy, and let's get this rolling.
No doubt about it. So, all right, guys, until next time, we will see you guys later. Snell, sign with the Yankees, baby. Peace out, guys.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show them run the numbers up. Lucky that I'm strolling up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah, numbers crack the billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly, I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the duffels up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on they radar. Top 10 radar.